Hey guys, this is Watch That Play again, obviously. Um, we've been covering political standpoints this past week.
Essentially, we've been trying to explain what each political platform is defined as, what their core fundamental values
Yeah.
are, without trying to persuade you in any way, shape, or form. All we're trying to do is inform.
Keep it fact-based, no opinions.
Yeah, we want you to know exactly what they stand for, and then we want you to go and figure out what you stand for, and then fall where you fall.
Yeah. So Devin covered these last two, Democrats and Republicans.
Yep.
And I'm going to take the smaller groups that are kind of, I don't know, what's the word I want?
Like lesser lesser full, I guess. They're smaller in size. They're small but mighty.
Lesser known. We'll go with lesser known.
I'll go with that.
First, I'm going to take a stab at the Libertarian Party.
Okay, so are you gonna? I don't know what that means.
Libertarian.
So you love liberty.
Pretty much. It's civil liberty. So a person can do what they please as long as they don't hinder someone else's rights.
Cool, I like that.
So, they are pro-drug. Like, don't make drugs illegal. Let those people choose what they want to do with those. Same-sex marriage, that's all for. That's their choice to do that if they so choose. All about the LGBT, hiring.
Mm-hmm.
Like, social equality and all that. Of course, Second Amendment, pro-guns, that's their right to own those.
Right.
Everything's about their own personal liberties.
So it is personal choice and personal freedom.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It's kind of along the same lines of you take responsibility for your actions.
So long as it doesn't infringe upon somebody else's freedom.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Very, very, very minimal government touching anything at all. They call it laissez-faire.
Okay.
That's the definition is transactions between private parties and are free from government interaction, and it literally translates to let them do.
Whatever we want.
Yeah, just if I want to hand you money for something, there's no reason for that to be taxed. There's no reason for the government to come in and take something out of that.
But what if I start screwing people over and I'm selling knockoff stuff to a whole bunch of people for really high-end prices? That's still just, hey, it's whatever?
That's their choice in order to do that. That's up to the other people to point that out, that they are doing wrong.
So is there, in a libertarian society, is there like a police force and a governmental entity like a military?
Yeah. It's more of our localized, though. It's more of our soil. I'm not sure. I honestly don't know what because they don't really cover their
like enforcement?
Foreign policies.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, of course there's a police force. But the drugs, they feel that drugs are not a reason to be put in jail for life.
Okay.
If you're giving drugs to kids, of course you should be in trouble. That's stupid.
Right.
But it's a person's choice. If they want to go out and do heroin, it's that person's choice to do the heroin. Now, if you're selling heroin, I'm sure there's loopholes and everything there. But it's your personal responsibility to take responsibility for yourself.
Okay.
Which I can get behind that. That's a good idea.
Cool.
They want to abolish the welfare state.
So no governmental support, no state support for anybody.
Correct.
You get by on your own steam.
Get out. Yep.
Okay.
Non-interventionalism, which means government keeps their fingers out of everything. It's not their responsibility to micromanage everyone's interactions.
There's nothing about a foreign policy if we.
Let's see.
Because I feel like that's a big thing. Even if you're like, you know what, you do you.
Libertarian Party also supported the repeal of NAFTA.
Okay.
CAFTA and similar trade agreements, as well as the United States exit from the World Trade Organization and NATO. So they wanted out of that. Mostly civil liberties, free trade, free movement to all foreign countries, and more representative republic. The party's position on abortion, we don't need that. Ron Paul has been a big one.
They want to downsize the U.S. military.
probably to cut their spending for the federal government, because they are all about lowering all that. Lowering taxes, minimizing national debt. So that's probably where they're going to take it.
Do you want me to read this part on the military?
Yeah, go for it.
So they want to reduce spending by defensive spending by half. They just want to defend the U.S. They want to build missile defenses privately with federal rewards, so have private companies build all the defense stuff. They oppose any form of national service. So the United States Marine Corps is essentially the globe's 911 force. So all the president has to do is say, hey, you go attack Russia. And we're like, word. And then the Congress has to vote on sending the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force as well. What this is saying is that they don't want us to do any form of national service whatsoever. Like, we just want to be here.
Focus on us.
Focus on us.
Settled in.
Eliminate nuclear weapons and bring all U.S. troops home. Yep. They support the resistance to the draft.
See, what I got here on their actual LP.org, the twin pillars of a sane foreign policy. Building positive relationships with an emphasis on free trade, and avoiding negative relationships with an emphasis on military non-intervention.
Okay.
So they are, get the military out of there. It's not our business.
Let them do, let them worry about their own country and let us worry about ours. Okay. Jules needs her phone back so she can finish playing Pokemon.
So, and the prohibition of drugs, already been over that. They believe that you can opt out of Social Security if you so choose.
And do what with it? Just
cover yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Which, I mean, I can get behind that. If you so choose to not pay into Social Security, you're getting rid of that option when you're older to pull that in. That's fine.
I like that it's a choice. I think it should be. It's your money. I'm working for it.
Yeah. Pro Second Amendment. Yeah. So they are all about that civil liberty. I mean, that's pretty simple to get behind.
So, Republican Party has Donald Trump. The Democratic Party will have Hillary Clinton officially as of
next week.
As you're watching this, they will have already had her, so
yes.
She's already been announced. And then Libertarians have.
We've got Gary Johnson.
Okay.
People are talking about him, which is, I mean, it's not terribly strange, but people know this guy's name, which is interesting.
We didn't really do. We kind of said like who their party person is, but we haven't really said anything about the party, like the representatives, like leanings. The one thing that we have been saying is that the platform is just one step.
Yes. The
person who is representing that platform can lean one way or the other. So even though everything is, civil liberties and do what you want and whatever, really Gary Johnson is, as the person who's leading the Libertarian Party, could do whatever he wants to. He will try to be whole to the constituents of the Libertarian Party because they are the ones that put him there.
Exactly.
However, once he's in power, he has the right to do whatever he wants to.
Yeah.
So just because he's standing on that platform doesn't necessarily mean he has to adhere to all their guidelines.
And even if he does stick to their guidelines, he still has to deal with the Congress.
Right.
Remember, we've got checks and balances.
Right. So he can't just come in and do whatever he wants.
Exactly.
All right, cool. What else you got?
Well, do you want to step onto the Green Party? Or do you want to go with the Libertarian still? Do you want to try to split these up?
Well, I mean, is that all you got for Libertarian?
I've got some facts. They're a relatively new party. Mm-hmm. They were founded in 1971.
Okay.
Just because of the whole Vietnam War thing. That crazy little thing that happened. I guess their members this year are around 410,000.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's not a whole bunch. But
in contrast to, do we know the numbers for the other two?
It's huge.
Okay.
Like these are small. And a lot of people don't pick a side when they vote. Because, if you pick a side, then you kind of vote that way,
right,
regardless of what they stand for.
Right.
So most people are independent. Yeah. So what do you have? Ask me a question and see if I can answer it.
Okay. So we figured out what their military strategy was.
Yes.
You know what their stance is on abortion and on same-sex marriage. So essentially, they don't care who does what at all.
You do what you want to do as long as you do not interfere with someone else's right to do that.
But they're not like anti-government, right? They're not like anarchists. We're like no government whatsoever. You do
borderline. They are. It's borderline. Anarchists they're that's kind of looked at negatively. A libertarian is positive of that aspect. It's not quite anarchy because you still have your local government, you know, your local whatever.
Yeah.
They're anti-federal government. They don't think the federal government should do much.
Okay. I think that's kind of it. Like it's pretty. Theirs is pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it's very simple. It's kind of cut and dry. Do what you want. Just don't hurt someone else. It's basic. Pretty simple for people to pick up on, which is kind of strange for me that it's not huge.
Well, what we talked about in the beginning, media coverage. I mean, everybody else has the money in the capital to kind of project. Mm-hmm. So then you have another party who kind of doesn't have that same capital, and they don't really have a stance in that. So, I want to give each one their own.
Okay.
I don't want to combine it.
Have we had any libertarian presidents?
I don't think so.
Well, obviously not, because it's only 1971.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Well. Okay, we'll go ahead and close this out.
Quick one.
Like we said in the other ones, we went off as much information as we could find, and it sucks though for the Libertarian Party. I was looking. A friend of mine was debating somebody else online, and I was trying to find some stuff about Gary Johnson's stance on different issues.
Yeah.
He's not interviewed all that often, so he's getting harder to find content for because everybody wants to talk to Donald Trump. Everybody wants to talk to Hillary Clinton. Mm-hmm. That's where all the coverage is. It's so hard to find recent and current conversations because nobody wants to talk to the guy.
Yeah, there's a lot of... I found a nice website that... I don't remember what it was. This was a couple days ago before we even discussed this. It had quotes from him, and there were some from this year, but a lot of it was like 2011.
Yeah, same thing. It sucks. It's weird. Mm-hmm. So saying all that, we found as much information as we were able to gather, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you should just take this as gospel and then leave it as it is.
And feel free, if you yourself are a libertarian, inform me. Let me know why you are a libertarian.
Yeah, what's your stance? Why didn't why don't you side with Republican or Democratic or Green? Last one's Green?
Green is going to be our next one.
I know tons of Democrats. I know tons of Republicans.
Yeah.
I don't know any Libertarians, but I would like to. So please, either hit us up on Twitter at WatchChatPlay or in the comment section of YouTube or on Facebook. Mm-hmm. If you are a Libertarian, that is fantastic. Please let us know, what are your stances? What do you believe in? Why do you believe in those things?
Yeah.
Like, that is valuable information, not to try to persuade anybody, but so people know what it is. And that's the weirdest thing. There's just not a lot of information out there, which is crazy.
It's such a simple idea, and it's just not covered. I don't know. That blew my mind.
All right. Well, thank you for watching the last 3 episodes. Hopefully you've seen all of them. If you have questions or corrections or whatever, that is absolutely fine. This isn't about us saying anything. This is about this whole thing being accurate. So we've said this a couple times now, but we'll say it again. Figure out what your stances are on these issues. Figure out what platform adheres and suggests and supports those issues, and then make your decisions. So thank you for watching this one. We got one more left. Cameron's going to take us through the Green Party, and then we'll go ahead and wrap it up. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow, probably.
I don't know, maybe.
Maybe.